Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for The Legend of Vox Machina Season 1, Episode 12. This is the finale, guys. We are finally here, the last episode. We have Silas was taken out in the last one. The Whispered One was summoned, but not quite. It is currently a orb sitting there floating, which even I never made it that far in the campaign to know whatever happens to this thing. So that's all new to me. Um, Delilah has been hit a few times. Percy's standing over her. I don't think she's been finished off yet. Um, and Keyleth is now down. In the words of Pike, she's barely alive, and then Pike's astral projection ended, and now they are stuck needing to try to figure out what to do to save Keyleth. So, yeah, without further ado, guys, let's get started. See how we save Keyleth. The fighting last episode was freaking amazing. And I imagine most of the fighting is done now. They blew their load on that last episode, but that is fine. I'm excited to just see them wrap things up here. So let's get started, shall we? We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Shit, that's not good. Okay, so is that a healing potion that they're trying? Shit's dark, Percy. Magic. Oh, jeez, dragging her by her hair. Brutal. How far away do they have to get? Ah, yes, the sword. Yes. I remember that sword. Talked about that in the previous episode. We don't have one. Damn. The Legend of Vox Machina. No intro this episode? No intro for the final one? Did she have a potion? Ugh. The smoke, you can see it emanating on the left side of the screen. Oh my god, that smile before he put the mask on. Shit. That was crazy. Yep. Ooh, she's awake. That's not good either. Come on, Percy. Aww. Shit. The smoke pulling back. What if he's near the orb? Oh shit. Scaling love in that hand. Oh, so cool. His like quick movement with the shadow. Shit. Are we in his mind? That's a visual. Jeez. Damn. A little. Damn, those visuals. That was cool. The visuals this episode of the this trauma that he's going through again that Orthax is making him go through. He has made a lot of shots without reloading. Jeez. God, that's fucked up, man. Oh. God, that love the visuals, man. Can't get over it. Looks so good. Look at that, man. Hmm. That's cool. Damn. Come on, Cassandra, reach him. Oh, names are all over his gun now. It's just adding more names. Come on, Percy. You must resist. X, roll a persuasion check. Oh, yes, Percy. That was a little bit Percy in there, I think. Yes! Jesus! Interesting. Shot through his hand. Is that like the source of the bargain? And he's gone. Damn. I think you need a little bit more than than that to bandage that up. We just didn't want Percy to kill you. Damn, Cassandra. Oh, jeez. She's done. Oh, look at that gash. Damn. All right. In the acid. Well, I guess that's to make sure she's dead. Is it though? Oh, yep. We saw a little bit of smoke. We saw a little bit of smoke, like, whisked by the gun, too. I just wanted to melt his fucking gun. Alright, gotta clean up Whitestone. Make this place all better, baby. Scamming. Ugh. They gotta loot the ship. Yep. Nice. Rejected. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, fuck! Yep, I remember that shit. Yeah, hopefully. Ooh. I remember this too! Alright. Teleport through the trees. Aww. Percy. Yes! Yes. We'll be back. Alright. Through the tree. Back to Iman. Ooh, that's cool. Little look like a mechanical bit for the part of the hand that he shot off. Ugh. Nice. May have taken some artistic license. In song. Yes. Grog. Damn it. It was pretty good timing. Alright. Has he been informed of everything? Is everything copacetic? Seemingly. Gilmore! Ooh. A proclamation. Yeah, so he's aware of it. Nice. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. Dragon vibes. Oh, is it a red one? Oh my god, it's several of the chromatic dragons. Fuck. Ah, and now you wait till season 2. Oh my god. Damn. All right, guys, that is it for episode 12, and that's it for season 1. Ah, what a finale. That was great. Like, we concluded everything with the Briarwoods. We concluded all the stuff with Percy and like the this being that was summoned by Percy while he was forging this weapon, seemingly kind of with, Percy's own wits and the help of this being was able to forge this weapon, and it placed this curse upon him that took control and manipulated him, and showed him all these terrible things, and to control his mind, and all that, made him relive the past and all that. It was such a powerful visual of this smoke, like, and I like how it wasn't just instantly there either. It was like, as the episode progressed from like the start towards the halfway point, we had the smoke was slowly like growing around him to the point where it was like fully formed like bird, like encapsulating him, you know. That was just like a really awesome visual. But and just like all the visuals of it, panning through from reality to what Percy's seeing, spinning the camera and seeing it go from like Scanlan to turning into the people that he swore vengeance against, and everything, to get him to shoot at his own friends and all that. It was very compelling, and they did a good job of me not being sure, like, what was Percy pulling the trigger at the ghosts of his past versus what was the Orthax taking control and manipulating it himself, and pulling the trigger himself, because at some points it seemed like Orthax was pulling the trigger and doing it where Percy wasn't. Other times it seemed like Percy was pulling the trigger because he thought he was shooting at like the Briarwoods or Stonefell, or those guys, but he was really shooting at his friends, kind of thing. And it was like this intermingling of chaos, that was going on within him, and I felt like they did a very good job of doing a visual representation of that, but he managed to fight it off and shoot his own hand, which I guess while he was forging, maybe that was the hand he used like while hitting, and maybe that's where it forged, maybe that's where like I don't know what how it totally functioned, but however, he shot through that hand and it seemed to break the curse for the most part. So somehow, it had to do with his hand being, I don't know, maybe like the curse like originated from within the hand that he used to forge or whatever, and once he shot that, it broke the curse. But the curse was still there a little bit, because when they threw the gun and the acid, you saw a little bit of it, burst out. So, and that was funny that Scanlan did that, and then they said like, "How'd you know that was gonna be like that?" And he's like, "I just guessed." That was funny, but really cool. Uh, and Cassandra finished off Delilah, which was fitting. A brutal death too, like just like stab through the throat and just slowly move. Oh, I can't imagine what that would feel like. Just I never want to be like stabbed in a way that they can just slowly move it. Oh, I don't even want to know. Like, oh, my hand hurts just from like thinking about it. No. But then she just like slashed to the side and just giant gash in her throat, and she was done. But we still have that orb lingering around. She said it will, you know, topple cities and bring forth titans and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see that. But I think the next arc is gonna be the dragon stuff potentially. We'll see. Um, I'd love to see. I guess they're probably gonna skip it because it's little character stories, and they don't want to do a whole story on that. You know, I would love to see Grog going after his herd. You know, but I can understand if they don't want to do that due to it being a story revolving. I mean, to be fair, though, Whitestone was a story revolving around Percy. They could do one revolving around Grog going back to his horde and everything, but I don't know. It seems like, at least from this ending, they're building up the idea of it being the dragons, which I do remember. I mean, they fought a lot of dragons in the campaign, but I think I remember one particular red dragon, although I actually tried to think of his name, and the only thing I can think of is, I think, yeah, for some reason, whenever I try to think of the dragon's name, I can only think of Grog's, like, uncle, I think, Kevdak, but I tried to, like, remember the name of the dragon, and I can't. It's not a big deal, though. You guys don't have to tell me. I'll get to it in the campaign at some point, or next season will come out before I finally make it that far again. But either way, seems like that might be the next season. They could probably, I mean, if they wanted to, they could make this like a 3-season thing, and they could have, season 1 be this, season 2 be the dragon stuff, and then season 3 be the Whispered One, or maybe whatever the orb is. I imagine it has something to do with the Whispered One based off what this season implied and everything. Like I said, I stopped around episode 70 of the campaign, I believe, so pretty much like right after the dragon, the red dragon fight, is where I stopped in the campaign. But yeah, man, it was like, as for this episode and this whole season, it was just so good. They did really good with the fighting animation, especially in that last episode. I want to go watch that again and again, to be completely honest with you. I really do. It was so well done and enjoyable to watch. And like, all these characters, it helps that I watch the campaign, so I have such a good connection to the characters that, like, it's funny because I thought about this in one of the, maybe it was last episode, or it probably was episode 10. Like, Vex. Not a big fan of her in the show, but because I know Laura, and I know, like, that mix of Vex and Laura from the campaign, like, I do like her, because her character is very kind of, like, stuck up and snooty in the show, and there is, like, little hints, like, obviously she cares for her friends. You see that in, like, when they were helping Keyleth and her worry for Keyleth and everything, but I felt like a lot of the interactions that Vex had was either about the fight or the content that's going on, or just being a little, like, jealousy kind of thing of Vax and Keyleth connection, I felt like there wasn't much of her character there other than the plot stuff and then the Keyleth and Vax stuff, other than that, she was just kind of there, So but I still really like her character, and that's just an example of how, like, I think the experience of the campaign carrying over to this has really helped me enjoy the characters regardless of how they maybe were portrayed in the show alone, you know. I'm curious to see there's a I watch a lot of Blind Wave stuff. I'm sure you guys have heard of them, big reactors. But they started Vox Machina. I just saw the first episode today of theirs, and one of them knows a tiny bit about the campaign. They haven't seen much of it, and then the other ones know it exists but haven't seen it. So I'm curious to see what they think of these characters and the show as a whole, coming from a perspective of not really seeing the campaign. You know, I'm curious what they'll think of it, um, but yeah. Anyway, what else did I have written down here before we start talking about more things? I didn't really write that much down. I like Scanlan's line. I guess it's such a minor thing, but Scanlan's little song that he did while they were trying to heal Keyleth, and he was like, shit, I can't even remember how it went, but I know he said like mud and spit and healing shit or whatever. That was just funny. I sat like I wrote that down just because I enjoyed it so much. Scanlan's just awesome coming up with all these songs. Honestly, I genuinely can't wait. One of my favorite parts of the campaign is seeing or Sam doing the uh like singing the ads. Like he'd come in and like towards the later part of the campaign, he'd come in with like a song ready and he'd sing a little song about their, you know, sponsor for that episode or whatever. And like, I'm not gonna lie, those songs are some of my favorite stuff. I look forward to each and every one of them. And I don't know if he does it in campaign 2 or 3, maybe not as much or whatnot, but it's always so much fun. I enjoy it so much. So he's always a highlight to me. And you know, at the end of this episode, him singing that song or starting to, you know, creating this, and it reminds me of like, you know, I just watched The Witcher and I haven't really seen much. I haven't seen many shows that represent like bards, like obviously not just like the D&D version where they have these magical abilities, but even just the idea of bards from like a medieval culture kind of thing. Really the only one I can think of is Witcher, which I watched recently, where it has one where he also is taking his experiences and turning it into song, which reminds me of what Scanlan's doing here. And I just think that's really cool. I know like all the characters like scoff at it, but I freaking love it. But but yeah, so much fun. And now we have Sovereign Uriel stepping down from the throne, so that way the council can be the ones running the government and everything, because he let himself be manipulated, so he feels like he needs to, you know, step down. And I feel like I think they mentioned one other time of him being manipulated as well, so he probably realized that he, you know, might not be too fit for this anymore, and laying it down to the council, which they're a part of. So they're now one of the leaders of this. I mean, already were one of the leaders of this town, but even more so now that the council's running it. So that's assuming there's much of the council left after whatever's happening with these dragons. But yeah, that was really exciting stuff. But as the season as a whole, it was great from the first episode with their, you know, funny ass bar fight and everything. Just, you know, the cliche kind of D&D start where like so many campaigns just start with meeting people in a tavern kind of thing. Even though they didn't meet in a tavern, they were already a group just in a tavern, you know. But the bar fight and the escalation, everything was so much fun to, you know, taking on this dragon, which I did not know, but Krieg, the voice of the dragon, was David Tennant. That was awesome. I didn't even know that until I watched Blind Wave's reaction. Once again, I mentioned them. And they were going through the cast list, which is something that I didn't do in the first episode, and they saw that Krieg's voice was David Tennant. I'm pretty sure, unless I misheard. But that's awesome. David Tennant is one of my favorite actors. I loved him in Doctor Who. I loved him in Jessica Jones. I've loved him in several of the things that he's been in. He's awesome. So finding that out was I can't wait to like go back and listen to the voice that he did again there. So, but that's really cool, especially because that's such a I don't know. I guess I see him as such a big actor to get him to be a character that was in what 3 episodes. Um, that's awesome. I mean, I guess all the creators of this, are voice actors, so maybe they're just friends with David Tennant. They're like, "Hey, you want to come and do a voice?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So that's gonna be pretty neat. It's kind of like how I remember hearing a story about how in Deadpool 2, like Brad Pitt came on set to be the invisible guy. So you never actually see Brad Pitt, but Ryan was friends with him, and he said like he'd just like give him a coffee or something, or I think Brad Pitt said I'll just take a coffee as payment, and came on set and like did it or whatever. But he played a character that was invisible, so you never even like actually saw that actor. But he did play that part, so it was funny. It's cool like hearing these different actors having these connections and kind of being really cool about working together and everything. It sounds like a lot of fun, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, I just like they did a really good job of converting the campaign to a animation format that I could just fall in love with, and they made a lot of the things that I maybe didn't feel as badass about in the campaign feel so much more badass in the animation. Like I said, like Pike's fighting and everything was just incredible. But yeah, I'm excited to see where they go with season 2, and and just to have more of this. I could I could watch this forever. Like I'd love it if they did this and then they did like campaign 2 and campaign 3 eventually when they're done it. Screw it, do all of it. Um, I don't know if they'll ever do that, but it's either way, this is masterfully done, I feel like, personally. But that could be a little bit of nostalgia and personal bias to how much I enjoy the first campaign and everything as well. And I've heard the second and third campaign, which I haven't watched yet, are like so much better than the first. It really makes me excited to get into that stuff. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed, and check out my Patreon if you want to see more content from me. Always new stuff coming out on there, and my YouTube channel, so keep an eye out. Maybe there'll be another show that you like. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.